Hey everybody, it's Dr. Levi and welcome to the show. This is your show, the Dr. Levi Show. Today is September the 27th, 2017. Absolutely beautiful day here in Los Angeles. So I hope wherever you are today, you're making it a great day. Remember, the world needs you. The world needs all of you just the way you are. And remember, you are perfect the way you are. You don't need any self-improvement stuff that anyone else talks about. You just need to improve yourself the way that you talk about to yourself. That's the goal here, making yourself feel better so that you can be the best possible version of yourself for you, not for anybody else. Because remember, other people in our lives, they may compliment us, they don't complete us. We're complete just the way we are. So we have a great show lined up for you today, as per usual. And before I tell you about our awesome guests, because this is our women's empowerment segment here, you know, we do this once a month for the third Wednesday or sometimes the fourth Wednesday of every month. We'll have a show that's really dedicated to women. Because myself, I feel like this society that where we live, specifically here in America, actually doesn't appreciate women the way we should. You know, women should get paid equally like men. They should be appreciated and respected just like men. There's really no difference. And I think for our society, there's often this double standard. There's this, I often call it the glass ceiling, but now I think that's been shattered. And for many people, there's a concrete ceiling there that people have to, sandblast their way through. And I think it's up to all of us to make the equivalent rate for men and women the same, period. Everyone should be respected the same. Everyone should be paid appropriately. That's just the way it should be. So, this show is about women, of course. Now, before I bring on our guests, I want to talk about an email that I got about jobs and about work. So I want to tell you about this. So I got an email from someone, and she was telling me about stress at work and what she was going to do about it, and how did I feel when I left jobs that I worked at. So I want to go over this with you. For myself, when I was working before as an engineer, and I worked as a fitness trainer, I did some background TV work. I did a lot of different things that I really enjoyed doing. I also worked as a server in multiple different types of restaurants, as well as a doorman, just open the door for people, believe it or not. So I want to say this. For myself, when it came to leaving a job, I always thought about four things. Number one, for me, this is always most important. Was I respected or not? Number two, was I getting paid on time? And number three, did I really like the job? And number four, would I feel and be better after I leave the job? I'd always think about those four things. And these are things that my father shared with me. Two of those were things he shared, and two were things that I added. So I always think about that because I think it gives us clarity about when you're going to leave a job, when you're not happy with a job, it's okay. It's nothing. I have to always remind myself it doesn't make me less than. It doesn't make me a bad person if I leave a job. Now, I have to tell you, there were a few times when I got fired, and then I felt badly, but then I always remembered that, you know what? That just means something better is waiting for me and hopefully better waiting for them. And then I just keep going forward. The goal is to do this. I always think about this. This is really funny. And that is, if you're winning, if you're moving, you're winning. So you always want to be kinetic, always moving, never docile, never just in one place. Always keep things moving, always keep the gears turning. So you want to talk to your wife, talk to your husband, talk to your partner, talk to your children. Always things are moving, never just static. Static, there's no growth, there's no development, there's nothing there. It's just you're stuck. So when you're stuck, you got to get things moving. So that's my deal about work, and I'll tell you later, maybe on the next show, about another job that I have that I'm actually going to leave within the next maybe 3 months. And I've been thinking about it for about 5 months, and now I'm actually going to do it. So we'll talk about that maybe in January or December after I make that transition. Now, with that said, so the medical moment is really about, how do you deal with life? And you deal with life by always thinking about what can you do to be the best possible version of yourself, no matter what other people think about that version of you. Because it's not what they think that's important, it's what you think that's important, all right? You want to love all of you, every wrinkle, every frown, every fat cell, every muscle cell, every brain cell, every nerve cell. Just love all of you completely. And love you in a way that's unapologetic, Not that you have to say, I love myself because, what about I love myself, period? Not I love myself because I'm thin. Not I love myself because I lost weight. I love myself because my eyes are, What about I love myself, period? End it like that. Or even better, exclamation point. So that's the goal, just to remind you to love all of you. Now, let's talk about our guest today. I'm like super duper happy, excited. That's my version of trying to sing. I don't sing at all, actually. When I say not at all, I mean zero. But I want to talk about our guests these are like trained, professional, spectacular, amazing young women who have voices that are beyond angelic, beyond beautiful and spectacular. Think about it. When you got folks here that can sing the national anthems, I think one of the hardest songs in the world, that means they can do almost anything, literally. So I'm really grateful today. I'm going to welcome our first guest. And guess what? We have two amazing women for you today. The first one is Nayah Damasen Sabryna. Welcome, Nyah. Nayah's in the house, everybody!
Oh my God. It's nice to be here.
Absolutely. I am so excited about having you here. I met you several weeks ago, maybe actually a month plus ago, at Clipper Darrow's event for Lamar Odom, which was great because you sung there. You sung several times. Your voice is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
It really, really is.
Thank you so much.
I want to know, when was the first time your family, your friends told you that, you know what? Hey, you could really sing. You got a beautiful voice. When was that?
Well, when I was 2, I was always singing like Barbie songs and Barney.
Yes, yes.
They were my inspirations at the time.
Right.
And my mom would hear me, and then she's like, "Wow, she can actually hold a note,
Exactly.
and she can do vibrato."
Right.
But I was a very, very shy kid. So my mom would always record me and like send it to my family members.
Yes.
But I mean, whenever time they would ask me, I would get so flustered. Like I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to sing in front of them. But then my family finally convinced me at the age of 4 to do my school talent show.
Yes.
And I did not want to do it. I was so against it, but they persuaded me, and that's when I knew I wanted to be a singer.
And what did you in the show? What did you do exactly? You sung and you acted. What happened exactly?
I sang.
Right.
I sang Mulan from Reflections.
Ooh, that's tough too. Beautiful voice there also.
Yeah, Leah Salonga.
Yes.
I love her. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to know this too now. With when you were doing that play, in your mind, did you even have the thoughts of having to carry this on and continue and continue?
I've always loved singing, but I never. Well, when I did my school's talent show, that's when I knew I wanted to be a performer. Like,
wow.
I was up there thinking, I like this.
Yes,
this
yes.
is cool.
Yes.
So, yeah, ever since then, I've just been growing, and now I'm here.
Well, what do your mom and dad, what do they think about this? Because this is a career you've chosen now.
Yeah.
And it's a career that's extremely competitive. It's very intense, but yet you bring your A game. So the world has to just get ready for you.
Yeah. My parents, they're so supportive. I'm so lucky to have them,
Yes,
really.
you are. Yes,
And
you are.
I love you, Mommy.
We love you, Mommy.
Yeah. But, I mean, 3 years ago,
Yes.
my whole family moved down to L.A. for me.
Wow.
And I'm just extremely grateful for that.
Yes.
I mean, who wouldn't be?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The great thing about that, it shows you that, number one, they have faith in you. Number two, your dream is their dream. And number three, that their love and money, everything's invested into making you the best you. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I have an older brother.
Does he sing?
Yes, he does.
Really?
He does. And he's 15.
Yes.
He raps too.
Really?
He makes his own music.
That's great.
Yeah, and he plays piano. Sometimes we do like little duets. Yeah.
You have a family of talent. That's just fantastic. Because you're not only a singer, you're also an actor.
I am.
I mean, and speaking of acting, you were just in How to Be a Latin Lover, I believe, right? So who else was in that? Was Kristen Bell and
Eugenio Derbez, Salma Hayek, Raquel Welch.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, being on set with some of those great, iconic figures?
It was my first time being on set on a movie.
Right.
I did not want to leave. It was the best thing ever. And just to see how, like, a movie, like, the process going into it, it just amazed me. And I don't know. It was just really fun.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, do you see yourself doing more acting? Because I'm sure you're such a very talented actress as you are a singer.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I did school plays, and that's when I knew I wanted to do it.
Yes.
I loved playing different characters.
Right.
And, you know, my favorite characters are to play, like, the ones opposite of me.
Yes.
Because, like, I would not act like that. Like, maybe, like, sassy or bratty.
Right.
But, like, in acting, I get an
You can do
excuse,
everything.
you know?
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
I just find a joy in it. I mean, I don't think of it as a job at all. It's just something I really love to do.
It's a passion.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
one thing, you know, so many of my friends are actors, and one thing that they all say is they do it because they love it.
Yeah.
Because many of them will do plays where they're not paid a lot of money, but they do it because they love being on stage. They love bringing life to a character that they can actually become.
Exactly.
I think it's fantastic. You know, the great thing about you and your career is you're not simply a singer. You're not simply an actor. You're also a dancer. You really are the true, you know, classic triple threat.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic. You know, and I also know that you have the I think they've attached the term the lucky charm from the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Okay, I don't like to call myself the good luck charm.
I will.
Thank you.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I was dubbed that by the NBA after I sang for the finals in 2015 for the championship finals. And I don't know, they just kept calling me back, and it just became a superstitious thing.
Right.
And I was just going there because I love the Golden State Warriors.
Of course,
and I was
who
singing.
doesn't? Right.
And then they were just calling me, oh, hey, it's the good luck charm. I was like, like me?
Who is that?
Like
Me? Right.
Yeah.
What do your parents think about that? That's really a beautiful title to give you. It really
Yeah.
is.
I mean, they're definitely proud. I mean, I would say that.
Who would not be? You know,
Yeah.
you think about it. You're a scholar. You have school. Then you have your career in entertainment. That's a lot. You know, and your mom is manager and mommy. That's a lot. Also, it's a lot on her plate. You know, how do you balance that?
I'm not really sure even how I balance it.
You just do it.
I just do it, right? I mean, I go to my classes
Yes.
on Wednesdays and Fridays for academics, and then I do my acting classes and my singing classes
Yes.
and piano and dancing. But I mean, I don't find any problem with that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just your life.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. I really think it's a great honor to your mom and family also to be so lovingly supportive, and that you're doing it. You know, a lot of people talk about things they want to achieve in life. You're not the talk. You're the doer. It's just really, really spectacular. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Hopefully still doing what I'm doing.
Yes.
I mean, just keep growing.
Right.
Honestly, I'm 12 years old right now.
Yes.
So I still have a long way to go.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
We're about the same age, though, so it's not that. You're not that old. I think it's great, though, just to hear you speak with such what I call humble confidence about what you want to do and what you want to achieve. It makes me happy for knowing that the world really has to get ready for you, because you're coming. And I believe you're going to be a tornado that will hit with great deal of force. I feel that. Now, tell me this. What are things that are coming up for you right now?
Okay, well, this October 20th,
Yes.
I will be doing Filipino Heritage Night.
That would be great.
Yes, it would be awesome.
Great.
And I will be doing in December 5th, I believe, FASO. It's a Filipino American Symphony Orchestra. It's the only Filipino symphony orchestra outside of the Philippines.
Really?
So we're doing like Disney animation songs, and I'm really excited about that because I'm definitely a Disney baby.
Yes, you are.
So yeah, just look out for that. And I'm still auditioning for acting. So
I think it's great. You know, I just want to see you have your own, you know, TV show, you know, as a regular, or your own show that's just about you, or your own talk show even. I think you could do that too.
Maybe,
I think there are no limits for what you can achieve. I really feel and believe that.
Thank you so much.
You know, I want you to feel good about that too. You know. Now, you know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping you're going to sing for us a little bit.
Definitely.
Let's hear it. Everybody, I want you to, whatever you're doing right now, sit down, because when you hear this beautiful, angelic, powerful voice, it's going to sit you down. So sit down now, sit back with your cup of joe, relax, and she's going to start. So, Nayah Damasen Take it away.
You're broken down and oh, there's actually a track. Oh, I didn't know
Yeah, we got everything ready for you. We queued it up for you.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
That's okay. We got it queued up for you. You're a pro.
Thank you. Okay. You're broken down and tired. I'm living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter. But I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up high like the waves. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you.
Wow. Wow. That was just amazing.
Thank you.
Listen, what can you say about that? Amazing voice, no warm-up. It's just, can you sing that? Sure, I'll rise up. Unbelievable.
Thank you so much.
I'm just so amazed at your talent. I'm so happy for you and your family. I think you're a very blessed artist who will really help to change the currents of the world. I really believe that.
Thank you. That means so much to me. Oh my gosh.
Trust me, you're a force to be reckoned with. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can't wait to have you back on the show again. And I can't wait to see how we talk about your growth and progression of success. Because trust me, your life is going to be so blessed because you have so much to offer. So I always think about this when I'm talking to an artist. I always think, well, how could God give you so much talent and not have everyone experience it? It would be selfish. So I think what's coming for you is global, worldwide, international recognition because you're so talented, you have so much to offer. So thanks for sharing your time with us today. You're a blessing.
Thank you.
Now, how can people reach you on social media?
Yes, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff at Nayah Damasen, Nayahdamasen.
Fantastic. Now you just I don't have any words for it. Just absolutely amazing. I really mean it. Now I want to ask you this. I was thinking as you were singing that song, I'll Rise Up. What does that song mean to you?
Oh my gosh, it's so close to my heart,
right.
Honestly. It's just so fitting with what's happening.
Yes.
Everything
in the world.
That's happening today.
Yes.
And that we all need to come together as one and just rise up together.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I think that song for me, whenever I hear that song, internally, I get extremely emotional because it says a lot about breaking any inner bondage that you may have on yourself, as well as any bondage that society may put on you about who you are, how you live, where you live, what you do. It makes, in my mind, it's like, okay, how do you do that? How do you rise up? Well, I think you rise up with strength, with faith, and with the feeling of I cannot be stopped no matter what.
Yeah.
And I will not be stopped. And yourself as an artist, you go to how many auditions? You get a lot of yeses, but then you get some no's.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do to overcome the no's to not take it personally?
I mean, I know that I have so many more opportunities to come for me. Because, like I said, I'm only 12, so I have so much more to do.
Right.
I mean, I don't, even though I got a no, I know I'm going to get a yes somehow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the yes will be the right yes.
Exactly.
I always think about the no. Something my mother said a long time ago is I went to do something and I didn't get the job. And said, so I called her and said, well, actually it was not my mother, it was my grandmother. And my grandmother told me, she said, well, they told you no? I said, yeah, I can't believe that. She said, well, their no is actually God telling you another yes is on the way. And when she said that, I was like, okay, that's nice, but I don't want to hear that right now. I want like to feel the badness. And and it really reminded me, no, never feel bad about anything. Never feel stuck in the mud. Always like do just that, rise up.
Yeah.
And know that something better is always on the way, and that no matter what you're doing, when that has come to its peak, then that's okay. Then you just keep moving forward yourself. You don't stop.
I mean, as an actor and a singer, it's just
and a dancer.
Yep. It can be so hard. I mean, being so young, it's very hard for me sometimes.
Yes.
And then I think about like my future.
Right.
I believe that I have a bright future.
Absolutely.
And like I should just keep going and
That's
not
correct.
not let this stop me. Like
That's
5
correct.
years from now, this will just be a memory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe it won't be a memory. It's like it's just gone. Oh, I didn't get that. I don't remember not getting that because I got this.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think, I'm really amazed at your maturity. I'm amazed at your strength of character and your brilliance. I can feel the goodness from you. I wish everyone were here right now just to feel this massive aura of light that Nayah, projects. It's really just fantastic.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to say thank you for being a part of our show. Anything you have going on, you let myself know, or Ms. Rodriguez will always talk about. We'll have you back on the show. And I really want to say I believe, without a doubt, that there is great, ineffable success waiting for you. So I want you to get ready for it. Always feel good about you. And remember, you're enough.
Thank you.
Just the way you are, you're enough. All right?
Yeah.
God bless you, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
Well, because you're awesome. You bring awesome wherever you are. That's why. All right, guys, it's Dr. Levi. We got a video coming up here that I want you to see with our next guest, Sabrina, which is really amazing. So I want you to try it and let me know what you think. We'll be back in about a little less than 2 minutes. Thank you so much, Nyah. You're just amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Levi back with the second half of the Women's Empowerment Show today. Today again is September the 27th, 2017 here in beautiful Los Angeles. You know, the great thing about living in LA is having this opportunity to really talk to these phenomenal artists. These are people who are dedicated, who have a passion to bringing forth beautiful music, to sharing their voices, their acting ability, their dancing ability. They're just amazing. So today earlier we had Nayah Damasen on, who's really a young triple threat. You know, she's 12 years old, extraordinary voice, great talent, beautiful spirit, just awesome, period. You know, and speaking of awesome, we have more awesomeness for you. You know, we have the amazing one name. You know, we talk about Beyonce and Madonna and Kanye and Kenya and all of those people and Taylor. Well, guess what? We got for you today, Sabrina. Welcome, Sabrina. How are you doing?
Good morning. Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. So happy to have you with us today. Love the video. Love Try It. Love your voice. Love your look, your style. It's fresh. It's witty. It's upbeat. It's real.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I have fun with fashion. I have fun with my look. And yeah, the music video, that was so much fun to do.
It had to be. I love your voice. Let's talk about, where are you from and how long have you been singing and dancing and acting? 'Cause look, Sabrina, very much like Nyah, is, again, a triple threat. Sings, dances, acts, does everything you can think an artist can do. This young lady, beautiful, talented, creative, she can do it.
Thank
you. Period. It's just the truth.
Well, I'm actually from New Zealand originally, and I moved to the U.S. when I was like 18 years old. I originally came for college. I went to Berklee College of Music in Boston.
Fantastic place there.
Amazing school, and I got a lot out of it, but I actually ended up dropping out after 2 years, and then I relocated to LA, and I just packed up my bags and just did it. You know, I didn't have a plan. I didn't know anybody, and just started working really and just connecting with as many people as I can. And And, 2 years later, here I am.
Which is a great place to be. And I think really, if you think about it, you really did have a plan. The plan was to move and make a difference here. And that's why we're so happy to have you in LA.
Yeah.
Because to do that, it takes a lot of strength and a lot of focus. And above that, you have to be in this entertainment career here, you have to be fearless. And you are that.
For sure, you have to be fearless, and you have to have a lot of faith, because nothing is promised, and it's not a guaranteed thing. A lot of people, I remember when I first moved out here, I don't drive in LA, so I just take Ubers.
Yes.
And some of the most interesting conversations I have are with the Uber drivers, and so many times it would be, I'm an actor, but I've been out here for like 10 years, and it just hasn't happened for me. And after a while, that's so heartbreaking to hear a little bit, and I kind of was like, oh my gosh, is this gonna be my life? Did I make the right choice moving to Los Angeles? So you have to have that faith, and really believe, because I believe in the power of the law of attraction and all of that.
Absolutely.
And your mind is your greatest tool.
Yes.
And so that belief is it's everything.
It has to be. Mm-hmm. And what about your parents and your brothers and sisters? What do they think about you making this transition from Boston to LA? Because that's a big jump.
It certainly is. My parents have always been super supportive of me. I've been lucky in that retrospect.
Yes.
I don't think they truly understand the entertainment business, but they knew that that's what I wanted to do with my life. So they were like, go do what you need to do.
Because they love you.
Exactly. So I was blessed.
I think it's really wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, making that transition here, what have you found to be the most interesting and most phenomenal things about being in this city of creativity like Los Angeles?
It's it's this kind of energy that the city has that's truly amazing. I would say that there's a lot of downfalls and negative things about this city that maybe I didn't expect.
Yes.
And there's this superficial competitive thing that it has, but then there's also this beautiful creative, ambitious, motivating energy too, because it's a city full of people trying to make their dreams come true.
Absolutely.
And that's powerful.
Very.
So just to be in that mix, it's amazing, because I grew up in New Zealand.
Yes.
And that's a whole different kind of culture and environment. It's a lot more laid back and chill and, you know,
relaxed.
And relaxed, yes. So there was a culture shock
Right.
for me moving to LA.
Because Boston is pretty intense, but LA is a whole
it's a
different
whole nother universe.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So was it just about like adjusting to that and kind of getting in the rhythm and flow?
Yes.
You know?
Of who you are and what you want to achieve.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, one thing I think about LA, unlike any other city, maybe New York also, possibly Chicago, is that I think LA, you have to really come with the focused goal of what you want to do.
Yes.
If not, I think it's very easy to let the tides of where you are being here just take you to a place, and finally you get to somewhere, and it's like, well, how did I get there? I didn't want to get there. I think you have to be focused about what I want to achieve.
Oh, yeah, you got to be specific. And I learned that because my first year in LA was a little rough. And I think it was because I was a little naive, and my goal was like, oh, I just want to sing and you know, hopefully be famous, you know, but I didn't have the strategy and like
the structure
and like specific set goals and steps to get me there, you know. And once I established that for myself, it was like, you know, it just became a lot easier for me.
I think that's so beautifully and eloquently stated that, again, once you have structure and an infrastructure, what you want to achieve, and the right people in your corner to achieve them, the sky is the limit. Once there's true communication, honesty, authenticity, and everyone has the same work ethic, you're unstoppable.
Totally. Your team is so important. I think that was the one thing I learned too, is like, I can't really do this alone. You know, and most of the heavy lifting, it is on my end, but you need those people in your corner,
you do,
rooting for you and working with you. You know, it's a team effort,
right? And doing the work, but also, you know, my team and I, we talk about this all the time. Not being afraid to make the changes when things aren't working. You have to do something different, and
Absolutely.
when people aren't working, they have to go, or you have to go, but something has to change.
No,
Period.
definitely. Yeah. And that's the other thing that I learned too is, you know, when things don't go your way, it's just God telling you, nope, you got to make another move.
I totally agree with that. And don't be afraid to make the move. You have to, I always think of entertainment as boots on the ground type of industry. You have to hit the ground. You have to run. You cannot walk. You cannot crawl. You cannot stroll. You have to say, I want this. How do I make it happen? And then do it.
Yeah. And listening to the signals too.
Correct.
You know, because life is talking to you all the time.
Yes.
And I think our job on earth is to like listen and act accordingly.
Of course, I agree with that. You know, now what about your voice?
Yeah.
You know, as I asked Nyah earlier, you know, I asked her, like, when did you really find out you could actually sing? And she said at 4 years old. What about yourself? When did it finally hit you that, you know, I love singing, I can sing, I can write music? When did that happen for you?
I mean, it really early on. I don't know if there's like a specific age that comes to mind, but like 4 or 5, I really like started singing, and I would just put on shows for anyone that would watch. You know, my parents would have their friends over, and I'd be like, well,
here we go.
I'm putting on a show, whether you guys like it or not. So sit down with your glass of wine and watch.
You ready?
Yeah. And I think after a while, my parents were like, Sabrina, like, it's like, we're trying to have a nice evening here. So I knew really early on that was kind of like what I wanted to do in my life. And then songwriting, that kind of came about when I was maybe like 11 years old, you know, and I really started like learning how to play the guitar a little bit. And then, you know, songwriting just came from there.
Yes.
But yeah, and you know, it's the music that my mom would play in the house too that like had a huge effect on me. It's a lot of like R&B, a lot of like strong powerhouse vocalists like Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, you know, and I would just try and copy their vocals and their runs and you know, and hit the notes, and like I just wanted to sing like that, you know, so I would practice and practice and practice.
Right.
Yeah.
I tell you, you know, those are powerhouse that you mentioned. You know, who are your favorite artists now, you would say?
Oh man, there's a lot of good music out there.
Yes, there is.
When it comes to like vocalists, I would say I love Tori Kelly.
Beautiful.
I think she has an amazing voice.
Yes.
Beyonce to me is like
Queen Bee.
I mean, her vocals are like flawless.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then probably the fourth, I mean, that's tough. I don't know. I'm trying to think here. Like
if I listen to your Apple playlist right now, who would be on there? And I'd say, okay, like pop, pop, pop.
You know, right now I've been listening to a lot of like DJ kind of pop, a lot of like Diplo, Camila Cabello.
Oh, that's a beautiful voice.
Is actually a really great voice.
Really,
I'm
really
obsessed with her.
Yeah, that's a great voice.
Yeah, great voice.
And great musical instrumentation in her throughout her music also. Very beautiful.
Totally, yeah. So I think that, you know, there's a lot of exciting stuff happening in pop music right now. So I try and like really listen to what's current and what's happening. And that's important, I think, for me as an artist to kind of know like, all right, well, so what's coming next?
Right,
you know, like what's the next wave?
Right. So you can be on that wave and more importantly, make that wave.
Totally. Yeah, you got to.
Well, I tell you, I think your music, I love the video. I love the video.
Thank you.
I really like your voice. I love the look.
Uh-huh.
You know, when I was looking at you, I was thinking, you know, does she know that she actually has it? Are you aware of that? You have it. You have that thing.
Well, thank you.
That indescribable thing that people talk. It's like the joie de vivre, the French would say.
Uh-huh.
It's something when you meet someone and you, for example, there's a talk show host whom I love.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I hear a voice, it's like, God, she has that thing.
Uh-huh.
It's just that voice that I love. And when I heard your voice, it was like, yeah, she has it. She has it.
I appreciate that so much. I mean,
Well,
that's
it's
like
the
the
truth.
best compliment. Thank you.
It's the truth.
Thank
you know,
you.
I think, you know, having you on the show like Nayah really gives me an opportunity to meet people who are really living in their truth and living in the passion of, I was born to be an artist. So here I am.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to do it if this is like, I don't believe in plan Bs.
No.
You know?
I agree with you.
So I feel like if you're going to be an artist, it's because there's like nothing else in the world you can see yourself doing.
Exactly.
Because this is not easy, you know, so you have to love it.
No. This, you know, I always think of entertainment really like medicine. People can't go into medicine because of the money. One, the money is not there the way people think.
Yeah.
And secondly, the work is incredible. The responsibility is incredible.
Yeah.
Entertainment, the same way. You can't do it just for the money. You have to, because you get so many rejections, so many, oh, we'll call you, we'll do lunch. You might be waiting for a long time. You got to keep knocking, keep calling, keep auditioning, keep submitting a tape, a CD, a video. It takes a lot to do what you do. Most of my friends are artists. I have such love and respect for them because I know what they go through.
Yeah.
It's not a joke.
Certainly not. Yeah, no, I can only imagine how that must be in the medical field too.
Oh, it's intense.
Yeah.
It really, really is. You know, I want to know what, if you would say of, you know, you do a lot. So from acting to dancing to singing, what would you say keeps you secured and rooted in the passion for doing this? Because many people get tired after the first 2 or 3 no's. It's like, okay, let me go and do something else. Like you said about some of the Uber drivers. And Uber is such a phenomenal business. And I've also met wonderful people who have great, great stories that they don't mind sharing.
Oh, yeah.
Know?
I would say, you know, I definitely do acting and dance, but music is definitely, I think, for me.
It's the first love.
It's the first love. Yeah, it's kind of the reason I started this. And also, you know, I feel kind of like part of my purpose on this earth, you know, it's bigger than just like making cool music. It's about like doing my little part on the earth.
Yes.
And I feel this like connection to young girls, especially.
Yes.
And I think that that's kind of my lane in helping people.
Right.
So that's really the reason I do it, to be honest, is like wanting to be a light or some kind of encouragement and inspiration for young girls, you know, and encouraging them to pursue their purpose in life. I feel like that's the most important message.
I agree.
To give young girls.
I totally agree. And I think women, specifically young girls, should really know to pursue your dreams unapologetically without thinking that you have to, you know, get validation from anything or anyone else. Validation really comes from within.
Totally.
And I think in our society where women so often are undervalued, underappreciated, underloved, that we really have to let it be known that they're good enough just the way they are. You know, they're beautiful just the way they are. And every woman is beautiful.
Yes.
Just the way she is. Period.
No, totally. Yes. And and society and the media, I think, makes that so hard for young girls, you know, and makes them think that maybe they can only stay within a certain limitations in life, you know, and that they need to act a certain way or look a certain way in order to be accepted and to be liked. And I hope that I can show young girls that really you can be anything you want to be an individual.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
You know, I love that same, you know, I always talk about this on the show is that, you know, be happy with who you are because you take you wherever you go. You don't take anybody else. You just take you.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Oh, totally. And that's really the only opinion that matters at the end of the day is your own. Yes.
Right.
Yes. How you feel about yourself is everything.
I totally agree. Let's hear about what music you have coming up soon. What are you working on?
I actually have an EP that's coming out really soon that I'm excited about. So I'm hoping to drop it in November.
Fantastic.
Yes. And the message really behind that is very much, you know, female empowerment and encouraging young girls.
Fantastic.
So I'm like super excited to get this
I'm excited
out.
for you. You know, one thing I can say, you know, I wish you all were here in the studio with us right now because Sabrina has such a bright, beautiful, charismatic light. You know,
thank you.
You brought such a sense of calm. I just want to thank you. I can feel it.
Thank you very much.
And I hope you're ready, as I told Nyah, and the same applies to you. Get ready for great, great, great things.
Yes, I hope so.
Oh, you're going to attract it. And you know that. If you think you're going to have beauty and grace and health and happiness and prosperity,
absolutely,
then you get it. If you think you're going to have the opposite, you get that too. You get whatever you think you're deserving of.
It's simple, but we make it complicated.
We complicate
We think it's harder than it is, but it's that simple.
Pure and easy. Now I know you're gonna sing for us. And before I say that, you know, if you want to contact Sabrina, you should, of course. What are your social media platforms? Where can they reach you?
It's nice and easy. You can find me everywhere at Sabrina Music, and it's just Sabrina with a Y.
Love it.
Yeah.
So spell it. It's
Sabryna Music.
Awesome. Will you want to sing a little for us right now?
Yeah, for sure.
We would love that. We would love it. Again, as I tell you with Nyah, sit down and get ready because this voice is so beautiful, it's so eclectic, and it's so appropriate for the time. Get ready. This is Sabrina.
Okay, this is Bust Your Windows by Jasmine Sullivan. I bust the windows out your car, yeah. And though it didn't mend my broken heart, I probably always had these ugly scars. But right now I don't care about that part. I bust the windows out your car after I saw you looking right at her. I didn't want it, but I took my turn. I'm glad I did it 'cause you had to learn. I must admit it helped a little bit to think of how you felt when you saw it. I didn't know that I had that much strength, but I'm glad you see what happens when you see you can't just play with people's feelings. Tell them you love them and don't mean it. You probably say that it was juvenile, but I think that I deserve to smile.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. That was great.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
I'm blown away today. You know, I'm looking at Tony, looking at Janet here in the studio. Just phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love that song.
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
And it so fits you. It's
Thank
powerful.
you. You know what? I thought it would suit today's topic.
It really does.
Yeah.
Wow, you really were a blessing today. I
appreciate that.
All I can
Thank
say
you.
is just thank you.
No, this has been a pleasure. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Wow. I'm thinking, the people in New Zealand, especially your family, should be so very, very, very proud of you because you really are a national treasure that we're fortunate to have here in the United States.
Well, I'm so proud of where I come from and to be a Kiwi, so I hope to do them proud.
Oh, trust me, you've gone way far and beyond. They have to be.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
That was just beautiful.
Thank you.
No other words for it.
Thank you. Yes, I hope to go back too. That's my dream, is to, have a huge concert out there.
Oh, you will.
Back in New Zealand.
And I got to tell you this, and I want to put this on tape so it's known. When you have that concert, I want to be there. You let us know. I want to be there. I want to say, you know what? I remember when you were on the Dr. Levi show. Things are going to happen for you. I have no doubt about it. Just simply do what you already know, to believe it, to write it down, to talk about it, to manifest it as if it's already here, and to believe that, number one, you are worthy and that you're enough.
Absolutely. That was beautiful. Yes, thank you.
It's the truth.
Thank you very much.
It really is. Now, what does your family think about this extraordinary jump in career shift that you've had from being in Boston to being here? I know they're supportive and loving, but are they always like surprised when you say, hey, guess what? I got an EPK coming out. Or guess what? I have this coming out. Or guess what? I'm going to be singing here. What is it like when you tell them? Do you FaceTime them and see their faces? Because I bet they're like in total shock.
Yeah, actually, I work with my dad. So my dad is part of my team, and he's really kind of like the business manager, but he's very involved in all aspects. So
which is great.
We have weekly meetings, and he's very particular and very specific about the things he thinks I need to be doing, and so I'm so lucky to have him on my team because he really has my best interests.
If anybody does, when you have
it's
a parent
your dad.
with you,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so that has been just wonderful to have him and to have that kind of connection in my team with somebody like that.
Absolutely. And I want to also know, of all the places that you've sung, where would you say was the place that you sung you really it was just more fantastic than you even imagine it would be?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. For me, I think the most memorable time I've ever sang is like singing with Usher. That was probably like
had to be amazing.
Top of my list.
Right.
Yeah, that was like pretty amazing. And because his voice is so phenomenal, and yeah, being able to work with him and being in the studio, and we actually worked on a song together, and that was like one of the coolest things.
It had to be, because
yes.
He's a real lyricist also.
He really is, and just watching him in the studio and how he operates, and it was just like I was trying to just absorb it all because he's such a professional.
Right.
Yeah.
But so are you. And I love the fact that you said that so beautifully, that I love just watching, because I think so often we learn from just observing. Don't say a lot. I'm learning that more and more now. I don't say as much as I used to. Just watching people, what they do, how they treat me, how they treat others. It tells you a lot about them. It's like going on a date with someone. It's not how they treat you. It's how they treat the waitress or the waiter.
Yeah.
That tells you a lot about them.
Absolutely. Yes. No, you can definitely learn a lot from watching. So that is like right up there for me. Like that was one of the coolest things. I remember like coming out of the booth and he's sitting right there like at the control panel, and he turns around and he points and he's like, "You're dope."
You see that?
And I died. I was like, is life real right now?
Yes,
like,
is
what is it going on?
Because you deserve it. Think about it. It's all your training, all your dedication, all your positive thinking, all your belief in yourself that's now manifested this career where you are now. And imagine the conflagration of greatness that's on its way, because you so deserve it.
Yes, absolutely. And you got to believe you deserve it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to make it full circle.
This is amazing. I just really want to thank Sabrina for being with us today, and I want to thank Nayah Damasen for being with us. Sabrina, you're just again, like Nyah, a force to be reckoned with. I can feel it.
Thank you.
I hope you're ready for what's coming. Get ready for a bigger team to come on board. Get ready for more travel, bigger bank account. Just get ready for all that good stuff that you deserve. And again, keyword, unapologetically.
Yes.
Get ready.
I love that, unapologetically.
You so deserve it. I can't wait to have you back on the show to talk about, where you are. Let's say we have you back on the show like a year from now, like 2 years from now, saying, well, guess what? This dropped. I'm going to be in this movie. Guess what? I'm dancing with this. I can't wait. It's all going to happen for you, because we're speaking it into existence right now.
Yeah, and you have to do that. Yeah.
You have to.
But no, I can't wait to update you and be like, you were right.
Yeah, exactly.
Dr. Levi, you were right. You called it.
And then we'll say, hey, I'll be doing this concert in New Zealand. Say, I got my plane ticket.
Right?
I want to be there to see
pack
you.
your bags.
Pack your bags, Dr. Levi. You know, I don't want you to say, well, you know what, we're gonna get you a free ticket. I want to pay for my ticket because I want to let you know that I'm investing in you. You know, so often people say, well, what am I getting for free? I don't want that. I want to invest in you and know that I believe in you, that your message is pure, that you're about love and about empathy and about truth, and you're authentic. I invest in you, Sabrina. Period.
Thank you. Wow.
Well,
wow.
deserve
Thank you
that.
very much.
Absolutely. Now, how can people reach you again?
You can find me everywhere on social media at Sabrina Music. And the other cool thing is I also have given out my number on social media too.
Give it out. If you want people to reach you, you want to contact your fan base like that, that's fine.
Yeah, so you can find it if you need to find it again. It's in the bio on Instagram and also my Musical.ly account. But it's 310-929-6877.
Awesome. Awesome. Again, fearless. Yeah. That's a fearless thing to do there. That means you love these fans and they got to love you.
Oh, yeah. No, people thought I was crazy for doing this, but it's been so rewarding, you know, being able to like communicate with my fans like this and
one-on-one.
Just makes it so personal. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. I want to thank Sabrina and I want to thank Nayah Damasen for being with us. Of course, thank you, Tony, and thank you, Janet Rodriguez, for making this possible. I have a great team. I'm very grateful. So have a great, great day. Again, this is Dr. Levi with your show, The Dr. Levi Show. Stay with us shortly for some Facebook Live that we'll be sending out. So a lot to discuss. What an amazing day with these extraordinary, phenomenal women who are actually make the world an extraordinarily better place. And God knows we need that right now. This is Dr. Levi. Talk to you soon. Reach me on my social media, Dr. Levi, DrLeviHarrison. Dr. Levi on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch TV, YouTube. I think we're on all those things. All right, see you there. Have a great week. And remember, you make a difference wherever you are and that you're valuable just the way you are. You're enough. Bye.